So I guess now I'm working on pretty much preserving all the last drive-in things on Blu-ray for my own personal collections. I've been doing menus and things like that, and so I figured I would just kind of do a recording of me going through a menu and creating one and that kind of thing. Now, as far as the one I just finished, was 3 movies. So I'm basically putting 2 movies per disc. I'm just doing a BD25. But for this one, I did a BD50 because I wanted to put Phantasm 2 on here. And so I cut up the movie to match the Monster Vision airing of Phantasm 2. And then I put in the Monster Vision clips between, the movie. So basically it's Last Drive-In Phantasm, Last Drive-In Phantasm 3, and Monster Vision Phantasm 2. But I copied my Blu-ray Scream Factory Phantasm 2. So basically the movie is in 1080p 24, and then I up-resed the clips from Monster Vision to 1080p 24. Originally my vision was to have it be a multi-page menu, and each page be a separate highlight layer. So the first page would be the highlight layer for Phantasm, the second page would be the highlight layer for Phantasm 2, and third page would be the highlight layer for Phantasm 3. For the life of me, I could not get that to work out right. I don't know why, it just wouldn't work out right. Because essentially, what we have here is, when you highlight the middle movie, that would be the highlight layer. And then when you highlight the third movie, that would be the highlight layer. But for some reason, I couldn't get it to work out. It kept on trying to blend multiple pages. It's just this bevel. I couldn't get this bevel to work out right with multi-pages. So I relinquished that idea. It just wasn't working. So I decided instead to go with a more traditional format of just having separate menus per highlight layer. So this is the template that I built up. And so basically for each page I would have a corresponding, so I have a left menu, a middle menu, and a right menu. And then the checklist I had to make sure everything worked out right, that was just a template. Left, right, and middle. Basically in practice it worked out fine that way. So I don't know why the multi-page didn't work out. I think it's because I'm not using any sort of actual sub-pictures whatsoever. So all the highlight layers are basically faked in Photoshop. So I think for some reason Encore just wasn't able to resolve that. Oh well. So I guess we're doing Phantasm 4 and 5. So I'll import that's timeline, the FBI warning, import as timeline, the shutter logo, import as asset, shutter logo. So put that there. I thought that was kind of cool. I'll show this in a second. Okay, so there's 4. We'll drag 4 there. Oh, crying out loud. Drag 4 there. Drag 5 there. Okay, so we have all that. So we'll go to our flow chart. So make that be the first one. After that one, have that one be the next one, and then the next one will be the menu. So I need to come here and set shutter to none. Set FBI to none. Custom. I like to have skip chapters so I can still skip the FBI warning if I want. I know Hollywood Blu-rays don't ordinarily give you that luxury, but I like to give myself that luxury, so I usually put skip the FBI warning. Shutter I'm not going to do anything at all because it's only 6 seconds long, so I don't think there's any importance or reason to do that. Okay, so now that we have all the assets and everything within here, we can start working on menus. So I'm going to open up a 2-movie template. This is one I made previously, and I really like the way this turned out. So I'm going to scoot the logo over because I decided to scoot it in a little bit. So is that it? Yeah, it's the same thing. Okay. Okay, so there's that. There we go. Okay. Okay. So now that we have our template set up, I'll go ahead and save this as 2-poster template. There we go. Okay. I can get rid of the 3 template because I don't need that anymore. Okay. What about even? Yeah. Yeah, that's about even. Okay. Yeah, see, that worked. And then the next one. There we go. Okay, so now that we have our menu template set up, now we can go File, Save As. There we go. Okay, so now that we have menu right, I can delete the bevel on left, delete the yellow on that. Wait, is right. Yeah, delete the bevel on right, delete the yellow on left, and then delete the glow on left, and put the right glow. There we go. And save. And file, open recent. File, open recent, left. And then do the same with left. So then for right, delete the yellow. For left, delete the bevel. Delete the right glow, leave left glow, and then save. In all honesty, I kind of would much rather the Phantasm Ravager poster have a white border. What if I do a stroke, white, inside, 5, 8. Yeah. There we go. I think that's a little bit more effective. So, how much do I get a stroke for? Did I say 8? Yeah, 8. Okay. So, save. Go back to this one. And give that an inner stroke as well. Stroke inner 8. Okay. There we go. That looks a little bit better. I just didn't like the way that the poster just kind of bled into the background on that. This, it has a little bit more contrast because it's kind of reddish. So it's a little bit easier to see. But that one's just pretty much stark black. So it's a little bit more difficult to see. Okay, so we can save that. We can save that. And now import these menus into Encore. Import as menu. So now, how we pull off the look of having subpicture highlights when there are no subpicture highlights is we have to use auto activate. So as soon as the user highlights the thing, it auto activates the next progression in the menu. So I'm going to have into action be left, left. So there's that. So we're going to go into menu, that. Automatically root buttons. Automatically root buttons. So then we're going to have this be auto activate. We're going to have this be auto activate. It's not really necessary, but I like to null out illegal remote actions. So I don't want to have an up or down on this menu, so I'm just going to null out up and down so it won't do anything. So now this, each one of these goes to marker 2. Each one of these goes to marker 1. So the only thing you can do is highlight the opposite of what you're looking at. So then with this, we'll go to 2005 Untitled. And with this, we'll go to Phantasm 4 Untitled. With this, we'll go to Phantasm Disc 2 Right, Right. And with this, we'll go to Phantasm 2 Disc Left, Left. Okay, so now we have those set up. We need to set up our end actions for the movies. So my end action for Phantasm 5 will be Phantasm disc right. My end action for Phantasm 4 will be Phantasm 2 disc left. Okay. So now if I go to build and check project, start, it should tell me that everything's fine. Okay, so there's that. Wow. You know, I really compressed these a heck of a lot more than I should have. Because you can see here it's giving me 5 gigs left over. But I did transcode all the audio to Dolby Digital. So if I had left it as completely uncompressed, that probably would have been fine. Why don't I do that? I'm just going to do that. There we go. Yeah, look at that. Jumped up a couple of gigs. So that's good. We're going to go to check project start. Okay, so now we can do a quick test. So I'll go preview. So this is what the disc should look like when we stick it in. So it immediately goes to the FBI warning. I like to put FBI warnings on here because they just make them look official. You know, it's kind of cool. Okay, so then if I highlight that, then it changes that. You know, I can't highlight with Encore. The Encore preview monitor just doesn't let you highlight, so we have to fake that by using this little cursor. So this is like your remote. So we click left, and it immediately shows that, and then we click right, and it immediately shows that. Click left, immediately shows that. So then I can choose to play this.
Excuse me for getting a little sentimental this time of year.
There you go. Or we can click on this.
Okay, yeah, so last movie of the...
And then, there you go. So it starts the movie fine. And then stop. So, as you can see, it's a pretty effective look. And I mean, I can get much more crazy with this. I did a Blu-ray where I added a pop-up menu with these fake subpicture highlights. Because there's only so much you can do with an actual subpicture highlight. And so I wanted to do more. And I thought it was pretty cool because with the pop-up menu, I had to where, as you're scrolling up and down through the selections, that when you got to the end, it automatically skipped to the end. So it was almost like a BDJ menu. You know, it kind of faked Java. It wasn't really Java, but it kind of had that Java feel. How like with a Blu-ray, you know, whenever you're going, it's like it's an organic scroll. So I did that with simple Photoshop layers. So it's pretty incredible like what you can do with Encore. And that's why it's kind of sad to me, the fact that you know, everybody's getting away from optical media because there's so many cool things you can do with menus and with the disc-based system with optical media. I absolutely love Blu-ray because of what you can do. So anytime I do homemade Blu-rays for myself, I always go, you know, all out with a pretty cool custom menu. And as I said, everything I do with the menus I make completely from scratch. And the ideas I get is from this book, Adobe Encore DVD 2.0. It's essentially covers the DVD side. I don't know if it even mentions Blu-ray in this, does it? Let me see. PO. Do you have pop-up menus? No. No. Doesn't mention anything about blue. No? Okay. Yeah, so this is strictly just DVD, but the fundamentals of using Encore in this book are all here. So once you learn the fundamentals of how Encore works and the menu building and subpicture highlights and the fact that you can only have 3 subpicture highlights per menu and so on and so forth, things like that. Once you learn those tricks and that kind of thing, then you can apply that to the Blu-ray. And the Blu-ray just adds additional steps like pop-up menus and multi-page menus and things like that. I didn't think it was really necessary to add motion menus to this. It's just simply not necessary. I thought it was just cool to have like a wall at a theater where they have posters and you can just choose a movie and go in with that. So sometimes less is more. I can go out with motion menus, but with this particular project, I just didn't think it was necessary. So, I guess I don't have much else to say. I just wanted to quickly go through that. So, I guess that's all there is to that one. So, I have a few more discs I'm going to go through and do. I just wanted to show off how I did that. So, I guess thanks for watching and peace out.